I've got no response from Sulla. There's not a whole lot to miss if we jump into the recap. So hopefully they arrive. But otherwise, if somebody wants to do a recap, does anybody need inspiration? I feel like that function's not really working. Justin is the last person to have done it, so it would be of the other three of you.
Gotcha. Yeah. Does anyone not have inspiration? I don't. I think I might be the only one that doesn't have inspiration.
Yeah, I have it. It's all you.
Yeah, I haven't used my inspiration either.
Yeah, when I say I don't think it's been working, I mean like most of my groups, I don't think people use their inspiration, and that's why that's part of why I say I don't think the function's been working.
Well, I'll take it now since I don't have it.
Go for
I'll
it.
do it.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting I have mine.
Okay, so last week we had just finished our hike up the mountain, and we got to the Icefire Peak, and I can't remember the name of the fort. We got there. We first encountered the dragon. He threw a dead ogre body at Ezra and missed, apparently. Escaped him then, got into the fort. Slowly started to make our way into the fort. We were met with a lot of like the storm from the dragon itself was hurting us while we were making our way through and trying to attack it. We first made contact with the dragon while we were crossing the bridge. I think it was Victor and Burke that were on the bridge. Yeah, he did some damage there. A lot of people got messed up from the storm. Made our way down into the catacombs or the crypt underneath the fort. Found like a sled. Gazik found a sled. As we started opening up the whatever the coffins, and we broke that ice wall that was down there in the main crypt. And the dragon attacked us again. Got messed up again. Ran back upstairs to try and take a short rest in one of the rooms. We took contact again from Burke trying to put a python underneath the door, and the door shattered because the dragon was outside and he froze it. A fight ensued after that. Did a lot of damage. The main damage dealer was, I think, Burke with the wand of the magic missile. Yeah,
Burke really does have MVP because he got that magic missiles off as well as those two guided bolts sinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Burke was like the main damage dealer there. We weren't able to kill it completely. It like badly wounded, and it was able to fly away. A bunch of people went down. And we kind of ended with it flying away.
Gotcha. So yeah, Burke ended up picking up Sulla right at the end there. Dragon kind of limped away. Does anyone else have anything else to add?
I think he pretty much covered it.
So, how wounded is everyone?
I am at 5 hit points. Burke had just gotten me up at the end of the fight.
I am at 10. I think me and Ezra and Justin are restricted to the ground by the ice, I think.
Yeah, we were.
And I'm at 7.
I'm at a whopping 13.
I'm at 10.
Alrighty, so let's see. Let's drop a healing word for Justin, a healing word for Burke, healing word on Justin. I think this will be Ezra, and then Victor. So I think 9 to Justin, 5 for Burke. Wait a second, I think I did that wrong. I think 10 for Justin, 5 for Burke, 5 for Ezra, and 4 for Victor.
Yep.
And as Gazek starts to climb down the stairs, he's going to trip, slip on the ice, impale his anus on his spear, and die miserably as his dog bites his genitals off. Very tragic end.
Very tragic.
So sad.
That's part
Yeah,
of
as
why.
we
That's part of why I was saying I can't believe this person. They sat by and did not a fucking thing to help any of you through that entire battle. If you all
Look
just
at the-
noticed, I used every spell but one spell. He cast Longstrider on himself to gain plus 10 movement speed.
Well, he kept mending his dog, but he didn't send it to attack, and then he didn't want to throw a spear because he might lose a spear. Like,
Yo, I was screaming. I was screaming, like,
he
throw
coulda
the
killed
spear.
it. The dragon was ready to die. All he had to do was attack, and he was pissed off because I made a mistake. That when it does its wing attack, it gets half its movement, and I forgot to make it disappear from view.
Yo, if this kid does not throw the spear, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose a mind.
Those were his healing words that you just used?
Yeah, he has 6 total spell slots, and the only spell that he casts, like, for a spell slot was Longstrider on himself. All of those mendings are a cantrip, so that's kind of pointless anyways. Like, that doesn't cost anything. But yeah, I couldn't believe how selfish that character was played and how close you guys were to taking the kill. And they basically added nothing to the session. Besides spoiling it, because he also told me that he had run part of Icefire Peak, and the one... I don't know if anybody else caught on to my 2 minutes of silence last game, but the one sarcophagus that got opened was the one that actually had the toboggan in it. Like, that fucking made me livid.
oh, because he knew which one to open. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, that sucks.
It's really, really shitty happenstance for what it is. And then, yeah, like Ty said, the fact that he wouldn't throw his spear at that last moment as the dragon's flying away, it's a normal ass spear. He enchants it like as an artificer to make it magical. So he could have just gotten any other spear or picked it up again. There's no reason for me to make the spear disappear from a miss. Oh, and then another thing that pissed me off was that he was like complaining about the putting the toboggan's blades into his bag of holding, and he couldn't have had a bag of holding because he had his armor enchanted and that weapon, and that's what he gets to enchant. So
He could make a bag of holding. I was wondering how he could have that. It's because it's like a skill that an artificer has.
yeah, artificers make their own magical items.
Maybe we
he
should keep him around to be our servant.
He basically
Too
has
bad.
a +1 magical armor and a +1 magical weapon.
And a bunch of healing that he didn't bother to share. Chris and I were working hard to keep all you people up.
Yeah, and he just sat by and did nothing the whole time. High quality people. So again, my apologies for their being around.
That's all right. He's a like a permanent monument in this fort with the spear of his ass, and balls are gone now, so that's cool. Every time we walk by, we'll remember.
Well, and maybe somebody can make friends with his dog.
Oh
But I'm going to ride his horse.
So other than that, I think we would pull, like, essentially that would be you guys kind of pulling back into this room here. Can basically break the three of you free over that time that it takes for him to cast his healings, because that would basically be like 30 seconds or so. And then it's up to you all what you would like to do at present.
I was gonna say I'm still at the big map.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I always forget when I should actually drag you all back over.
Well, guys, I think we still have to worry about this dragon. Like, we got to find and finish it.
Yeah, don't really want it to be able to recuperate.
Yeah, we need to get after it. Get after it now.
Can we still see the dragon? Or is it gone?
So I'm pretty sure what went down was Sulla charging out. He was able to sink a few attacks into it, and that's when he would have injured its wing. It did its wing attack and flew away, and seems to have flown upward. And I think by the time Burke was out there, Burke, do a perception check for me.
Yeah.
No, Burke does not see it by the time he gets out there. I guess since Sulla's not really here. 13, what's his modifier? I think regardless, that's enough. He didn't see it like fly away. He just saw it kind of fly up, and once I actually load his character, his perception's +8. Yeah. It seems to have kind of just like flown up to the roof, and that was like the last that he kind of saw. It didn't seem to fly far away.
So maybe up those stairs, huh? Does the stairs go up or down?
I think these are the ones that went down to the crypts, right?
Well,
The
I mean the
stairs
circular
south of
one.
Jastin, yeah, the stairs south of Jastin go down. The other set are going up.
Got it.
Yeah, let's go up, I guess.
Does anybody need more healing?
I think we're good. I think I'm good for now. I'll tough it out.
Don't be shy. We can heal if you want to.
I'm at half, so I'll be all right.
I guess I could probably maybe use a little, because if I get hit with another ice breath, that could be enough to knock me down. But don't waste the healer's kit. I'm only down 8 hit points.
I think the healer's kit is just for when you're down, right? So
You can regularly heal with that too, I think.
Yeah, like you can do the normal healing function at any point. It's the 1 hit point heal that is only when they're down. The difference is what you've already used the healer's kit on Satoris, Ezra, and Victor. So like you and Jastin right now can gain that, I think it was the D6 +9.
yeah, I think I'm going to do that, Justin, for you and for me, because I have plenty. I've got like 3 kits. I've got plenty of. I'm like stocked up.
Well, I would say don't, because I've only got 8, so you're gonna waste a good chunk of them. If I get, you have something like,
I think I'm offering you 1 die 6 +9 of healing. Do you want that?
but I'm only missing 8 hit points. So
Oh, okay, I think it's too much. I mean, I can use it, so I'll do it for myself, I guess.
I mean, if you want to do it, I can reallocate that 6 to somebody else, the second one from the healer. I just meant to get rid of him, not necessarily to fuck over your optimal healing recovery.
Yeah, let's take that option, Justin.
So who's the lowest of the other 3? And basically, as long as he rolls a 5 or a 6, Justin would be at full health. So I think you'd be missing 2 health at that point, Justin. And then whoever's at the lowest, you can take 6 hit points.
I'm at 14. Who's someone can?
What are you at, Ezra?
I'm 18, so
Yeah,
I'm pretty
so
good.
take the 6 for Victor and go to 20. And then Justin will be at 2 less than maximum.
Sweet. I'll mark those off my my equipment.
So yeah, at this point now, you can't use that ability on the rest of the party, or on the party. And you're just looking at, you can bring people up with the healer's kit for the 1 hit point.
Which is still damn useful.
Yeah, I'm excited about my new feat. Thanks for the idea, Justin and Mara. All right, up the stairs.
All right, who wants to lead the way?
The stealthy one with the arrows.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how if trying to be stealthy might work. It's got to assume we might be coming after it.
Well, I'll charge up the stairs then.
I mean, I can shape change, I think, still.
Oh, can you fly?
I mean, unless you want me to try to sneak up and see if it's up there.
No, I mean, I could go bear and charge up and soak damage.
Well, I think I have the most hit points, so I'm gonna go up the stairs and peek around the corner and see what we see.
Well,
Plus, I have a shield and armor.
Ezra's not wrong that when he turns into a bear, that's 3 hit points.
Okay, yeah, more than 18.
Yeah, 19 extra hit points.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you go first then.
Yeah, and then he gets it on a short rest, so it really is. It's a very good method for wasting hit points, is to turn into that animal and go for it from there.
Yeah, so
You're
I
up.
change into a bear and go upstairs.
So yeah, you head up those stairs. You do see you go up. It seems like a double flight. You do go up there. That whole like upper level seems to be collapsed. There's a small kind of like causeway that kind of leads to the north, and you're overlooking from like this high turret the rest of the hold, which is a little bit lower than you, and you see. Do a perception. You see. I think you would probably see more signs of the actual like blizzard being stronger to the southeast of you, but it's enough that you can be pretty confident the dragon seems to be on that lower level to the southeast.
Yeah, I just figured I can't really communicate this to the others.
You like point with your head.
Yeah, I can do like things like that, but yeah.
You still have your own intellect, so on some level you can be like that happy dog that's like acting with its butt. You can show positive signs and negative signs. So you can do a performance roll and try to convey what you might convey to them. I think that's enough that you should be able to convey basic thoughts, including at least that it's safe to go up the stairs right now.
Can anyone throw that +1 spear?
I think it's stuck in Gaz.
It seems very unsanitary.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that spear's gone.
Copy that. Well, I'm right behind you, Bear.
And I'll follow after Burke.
I will follow.
I do have to switch Jason and Burke from the order that I set it up, but man. So you guys are kind of walking up that stairs. Again, you would have
Sorry,
like-
I'm seeing the undercroft. If we're seeing anything else.
if you scroll up, I didn't even have push to talk on. My bad. I should have hidden that. If you scroll up on the top half of that same map, I have the actual rooftop. Who's the rooftop and the undercroft?
Oh, okay. I see.
So that like western side is basically where it would be crumbled in because somebody forgot that technically you guys were still well more inside than not. And it became convenient after I had the dragon there already that it crumbled. So you have like a narrow walkway that's on like the immediate western side of that stairway.
All right, shit, we gotta be careful, huh?
Have a couple of us hold back a little. You try to see if you can get any sight of it.
How are you all moving forward? Are you just heading on up and around? Are you splitting here?
Yeah, I think a Burke is following the bear, staying
Kinda
against the wall, the wall to the staircase.
I was kind of going to have Justin hold sort of at the top of the stairs before coming out. Sort of not bunching up just yet.
I guess we'll stick to Justin while he's doing this.
Gotcha. Let me have Burke and the bear roll stealth checks. All right. So as you guys start to round that corner, you're going to hear a roar from the south, from the southeast of you, and it is going to, again, you'll hear like the sound of the wings flapping as it seems like this thing is taking flight again, and we will jump right back into it. So let me have you all go to initiative.
Try to get all my ones out of the way early.
Get those big spenders. Ezra, what's your actual dexterity?
With the bear, I'm 10.
Gotcha. And then Victor's a 2, Justin's a 4. Alrighty, so Justin, what would you like to do as you hear the dragon's roar from the southeast?
Okay, so figuring it's probably roaring as it spotted Burke and Ezra, I'm going to move down towards this. I'm assuming this is like an arrow slit in the
It
or
is
is it
indeed.
wall? And I'll take a look out, see if I spot it.
Do indeed. You see it kind of like laying down in the center of the ice, and it seems to just be kind of like breathing cold air into its wing before it starts to actually flap up and fly to the recognition that you've kind of invaded its sanctum.
Okay, so I'm going to sort of call to the others and point out sort of it's to my, I can see it. It seems to be trying to get up in the air. I'm going to draw an arrow. I don't know if I can try to get like insightful fire, like essentially try to find a weak spot like in its wing or maybe somewhere where its scales have burned away to try to get sneak attack.
I mean, there's no reason that you can't use your insightful fighting. I don't think it has any
Okay.
Stipulation
Yeah.
says you can't, so it's just a deception. I rolled a nat 20. Unless you've got a better than a +1.
Nope. Yeah, that's not going to do it. But I'll take a shot as it's trying to get up.
I believe you brought it up last week, but do you want to use? I think you have 1 or 2 of the arrows left of the Bloodhawk.
Yeah, that only works if it's being flanked, though.
Oh yeah,
It only-
I forgot we played it wrong the first time. I got you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember that now. So just be a regular.
24 will hit.
It's just 7. And then after I fire, I'm going to try to back away. And then, I don't know. I don't think I can get any cover from its breath, so no point in trying to hide or take cover anywhere. So I'll just stick there, I think. And that'll be my turn.
And it can go to Victor.
All right. I go that slit where Jason just fired from, and I'm going to shoot 2 blasts at him.
Uh, 14 is going to be a miss. It's with a 12.
Damn it. So then I'm going to run back down where I was.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to yell as I'm running away, just spread out, guys. It's going to do that thing again, whatever it is.
Ezra, roll a d20. Beat a 10. Excellent. Take your turn, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash. Let's see, I have 40. So 80 feet. Let's see. That right up to the dragon. And then that's the end of my turn because I dashed.
So let's see. I think it's going to. It will snap back towards you. It's gonna go for a bite. A 19 should hit.
Yeah, 19 hits.
It will do 23 damage to you. And that's piercing, so I think you said it was 18 extra hit points. So 5 piercing will go through.
19 I have, so.
19. So what was that? 4 piercing and 6 cold damage as it bites into the bear, and you turn back into an Ezra. And roll a strength or an acrobatics for me. I don't think you can beat it. It's a 24 to try to grapple you. And that will go to Burke.
Burke wants to move up 30 feet to here. And then I'm going to fire off a spell. Which is Sacred Flame.
Dex, yeah. It's going to fail. So we'll take 7 radiant or 10 radiant damage as it pierces down from the cloud.
How does it look to me?
It's looking pretty rough at this point.
All right, well that's That's what I got.
That will go back around to Justin.
Okay, so I'm going to move back to the same arrow slit. Now, if Ezra is grappled, if I tried to use the arrow of the Bloodhawk now, can I still get advantage?
He is not a threat to it, no.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to double check. All right, so I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna just fire another arrow at it.
26 will hit.
9 piercing. Then I'm going to move.
The wording on sneak attack, though, isn't the same as flanking. Flanking, it has to be...
I think sneak attack is as long as it's not incapacitated. But I don't know if there's like, I mean, it makes sense to me that like if the bear is essentially grappled underneath, he's not really a threat. But maybe it means the dragon's not paying attention to me. I
Well,
don't know.
that's sort of the difference. Is sneak attack takes a little bit of a distraction, whereas flanking generally takes somebody who it's fighting on the opposite side, basically. Good enough time that, yeah, it's kind of lashing out at the bear at the time, so you can deal that 19. Getting close to where any of these are kills, so Justin, roll a d20 for me. If you roll high, the dragon stays alive.
Ah!
I actually like that better. Instead of me rolling those con saves, you guys have to do it. So Jason bugs out Victor, and it's on you.
Sorry, I had to take a phone call there.
Oh, you're good. So as you like pull out of the stairs, you see basically the bear getting bit into by the dragon, turning back into Ezra. Justin putting another arrow through one of the wings of the dragon, and Burke searing flame called down light from the sky that like seared through the injured wing of the dragon.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm gonna roll up and do the exact same thing. Here we go.
As warlocks are wont to do. 16 just misses.
Are you? All right. Okay.
Use that inspiration.
No, no.
On you, Ezra.
I'll start making my way over here though. I'll use half my movement. Hold on. There, I can make it to there.
Can I still shape change if grappled?
I don't see any reason you wouldn't be able to.
And I'm not sure how it works with the wild shape. Can I still shape change into a bear again, or is that like used up?
Oh no, you can always shape change. Like once you see an animal, that can always be what you turn into.
Okay, black bear again.
Gotcha. You're still inside of its jaws, but yeah, nothing else changes. Your speed's just 0, so.
Yeah, and I think that's my action, so I can't do anything.
Aha. Well then it will go to... that may be less of a good idea, perhaps.
Yeah.
You know the dragon is kind of acting around the exact same moments you are. are you sure that you want to just turn back into a bear? That was literally me doing one of its 3 attacks and turning you back into a bear.
Yeah, no. What can I do when grappled? I'm unsure.
Your speed 0, that's all.
That's all. I
Yep.
can still like attack and things.
Yep, you can do everything else the same, you just can't move away from it.
Shillelagh and bash it.
Go for it. 17 is its AC.
Wait, I told the wrong thing. And I want to use my inspiration.
Roll a d20. Need an 11. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's not an 11.
Striking out from within its jaws. Just kind of winging at it, but your muscles, just like the way it's gripping down into you, you're physiologically incapable of kind of swinging into it at that point. And it's just like you're hitting it because it's hard to miss when you're inside of something's jaws, but it's just with 0 strength, basically. And it's going to go to the dragon swiping out at you. I believe an 18 will hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
It's going to do, I think, 17 piercing and 7 cold as it bites down.
I'm unconscious.
Well, the good news is the bite's the big damage one. I don't think the claws can outright kill you, but just in case they can, an 18 for 10 damage will just nullify, and then a 15 for 9 damage will just nullify, as it's like rending at your body. It will actually be 2 death saves gone now. And it's gonna go to Burke.
Burke's distressed seeing his friend. He's going to charge ahead, but still within his 30 feet of movement. Take a swing with his warhammer.
Is that the maximum of your movement right there?
I have 30 feet. That was 25.
Don't think it matters, but if you go the extra 5 feet, kind of rearranging yourself helps Justin. He technically needs you behind it on the opposite side of him.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go 25 feet, and then I guess one of the things I need to do is use my bonus action to reach out and touch Ezra
Down and touch me.
to spare the dying. So I don't want to get too far away from him. So how's it work when Ezra's in the dragon's mouth?
At that point, if you're in melee with the dragon, you can touch Ezra.
All right, so I'm
You're
going
about Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm going to move, as you said, the extra 5 feet, and I'm going to use my bonus action to touch Ezra,
Yeah.
spare the dying. And I'm going to swing, but I'm going to miss with my warhammer.
It would still be like that, though.
Okay, is that the right spot?
You have your, what is it? Isn't it a channel divinity plus 10 to your attack?
I think I have to use my inspiration to roll again.
Gotcha. This thing's severely wounded. It's a good time for you guys to try to kill it and not let it get another turn.
So, what do you want me to roll to take another
just a
attack?
d20. If that's what you're doing is the inspiration, it's just a d20. Yeah, it's going to be a 10.
And then I have my war priest.
I think that's what I was thinking. That's the plus
Yeah.
10? Or that's the
my
plus 1 attack?
That's +1 attack, so I'm going to try that next.
Yeah, so you can do that one to get the swing. Wait a second, isn't that the bonus action though?
It doesn't call it a bonus action. It just says when you use the attack action. Oh yeah, I guess I can use it just as a bonus action. You're right.
Well,
So I
no,
can't-
but that's what it is. It has that stipulation of you attacking. You can then use your bonus action, so you wouldn't be able to heal Ezra and do it.
Well, so I stopped the dying on Ezra, and then I take a big loopy swing and miss, and now I'm standing here like an idiot, Justin, looking at you.
You can call out to Justin and tell him that, and it'll go to Justin.
All right. Can I move diagonally here, or do I have to sort of use the 10 feet to round this corner?
In general, rounding corners is perfectly fine as far as that non-Euclidean goes. You can just move it.
Okay. 20.
I think realistically, like to grab the flanking, it's too much anyways.
Yeah,
Burke
I
was-
miscounted. I thought maybe if I turned it, but I think even if I dash, I can't quite get into.
Yeah, I was thinking if you have the bonus action that you can do your dash as a bonus action, that it might be viable. But part of the thing about flanking is technically he has to be on the other side of it. So I think where you would have to be is basically southeast of the dragon, which I have a feeling is too far away.
Yeah, because I think I can get there, but I'd be in melee range. Like if I kind of went diagonally, I can't quite get there, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that one's viable. Oh, wait, I might not be showing it to you.
I can see it. I thought I might have to be in the one south of that to get like the.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where all the trickiness happens. For what it's worth, you can go to that one and use it.
All right, so I will use my bonus action to dash down here. I'm going to, seeing Ezra unconscious, I'm going to shout out, "Hang on," and then I will draw out one of my last two arrows of the Bloodhawk and take aim and fire.
So this one will be advantage. An 18 will hit, and this will be with sneak attack. I believe the dragon has 20 hit points.
Not quite.
Roll a d20. Yeah, it's at 20 hit points, so it's got 2 hit points left.
Victor!
And that's going to be a fail. That's a kill. Describe for me how you kill Cryovain.
All right, so as Cryovain is kind of maybe reaching to like swallow up Ezra as he's laying unconscious on the ground, I'm just going to sort of finding a weak point in its neck, fire that Bloodhawk arrow into it, and kind of it'll just like kind of rear up as it's like going down to swallow Ezra, and then just kind of like almost start like choking on blood, and then just collapse.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, I got to roll to see if I can get that arrow back.
Was it evens it's gone?
Let me check my. Recovered on even, expended on odd.
Excellent. So you still have 2 remaining. So you all have the corpse of the dragon before you. Ezra is unconscious for a moment, but Burke can revive him at 1 hit point with the healing.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, on that, I'll have to step out. It shouldn't be too long. I should be back within 10, 15 minutes or so. Yeah. I gotta go get a snake off some lady's fucking porch, so I'll be right back.
Hell yeah.
That's like some heroic in real life shit. Cool.
Yep, I'll be back.
So, Jason will move to recover that arrow. Kind of almost looking a little shocked that they actually managed to kill this thing. And they'll thank Burke for distracting it just enough so they could get that last shot off.
Let me get a D10 from the person with the quickest roll. Excellent. So you see almost instantaneously the blizzard actually breaks and the snow kind of just ceases falling and it's clear skies above. You'd see the sky for the first time basically in what I think you've been climbing the mountain for like 2 days here. And the sky is clearing and it's very calm blue skies.
Amount of relief. Can't believe we killed a dragon. We take selfies.
I'll certainly remember this.
If you got any artists, you can definitely take selfies with charcoal pencils.
Can't draw, but I can play the flute.
You can try to harvest some of its claws or something as mementos.
Can you
For
do a medicine
sure.
check? It's got, 20 big claws, bunch of good teeth. You're able to get a couple, but what it ends up being is kind of like 2 nice claws and 2 really nice teeth. The other ones all have like cracks or big flaws in them, so there's like somewhat of a keepsake value, but really 4 of them come out pristine.
Burke's interested in, like, can we harvest scales? Is that a thing that he's heard that can happen?
You can do a medicine check. Roll a d20. You're able to get 12 solid scales from it, but most of the scales on this thing are pretty fucked up at this point.
Did we get 4 teeth, or did we get like 2 claws and 2 teeth? I'm sorry, I missed that.
There's 2 claws and 2 teeth that were in relatively undamaged shape.
So how long before the Manicore comes up here and tries to kick our ass, do you think?
Well, any second, I would guess.
Roll an insight. You're pretty sure that the Manicore is probably watching on some sense, and it will be coming for you pretty soon here, but you do have some time to try to make your way and kind of gather things before you have a Manticore here as well.
Was there like some kind of a nest from this? Is there a home up here on this roof where the dragon obviously was living?
You're pretty sure it returned to what is its lair, and it's this rooftop.
Is there anything around here that could be
You know, we
worth?
see like piles of snow or blocks of ice that might, dragon add anything. It maybe hide it under.
Let's see. Ezra, do you have investigation as a proficiency?
No, I do not.
Jason, you've got investigation proficiency, I'm pretty sure?
Yeah.
Burke, do you?
No.
Let me check real quick on Victor. I guess for that I can check Sola as well. Yeah. Victor will give you advantage on a search, Jason. Roll an investigation. Excellent.
Damn.
Let's see. Roll a d6. And then roll 3d. I guess really each of you roll 1d6 for me.
feather for me or just that one?
Another one from you. Roll again, Justin. Alrighty. So you find 3 different areas that seem to have objects frozen in the ice. I don't think there's an easy way for me to do this besides just copying and pasting them, but damn it, I think that person almost had an identify in your group, and then I had to kill him off with the anal probing. Okay, so damn. So you all find one of the piles seems to have a potion that is red, and there's almost like a floating, like orange, like fluid inside of it that's like it's the 2 layers where the layers like separate because they've got different viscosities. So there's like an orange and a red layer, and as you like move it, the orange like starts to almost like puff throughout it. And inside of that little area frozen in the ice, there seems to be a collection of rubies. And then the second one, inside of like another section of ice, you see a few. I've got to bring up the pictures to describe these gems. My bad. All right. So you see a collection of gems that I don't even fucking see aventurine on here. Okay, there we go. Like a light green kind of gem that almost have like a little pearlescence to them. As well as what looks like pearls, like very classic, like circular or oval pearls, as well as a red potion that very clearly looks like a potion of healing, and seems to be 2 pieces of parchment kind of wrapped and tied together. And then the third thing you see frozen in the ice seems to be a small bag made of leather. So for now, you all can take a moment to actually like kind of collect them out of the ice. And more or less you have like these blocks of ice that you can then move along with and deal with.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe you get the sort of take the ice for now, and then if it take too long, if the mana course can be back to break him out now, so we can kind of carry him with us for now. I guess maybe we get back inside, or do you want to wait and deal with the mana core?
Yeah, let's call him. Did he promise us something if we beat the dragon?
Well, I was able to bribe it with a gem the last time, but that may have only been to not kill us at the time. Who knows how our mana core's mind works.
Yeah, I feel like him seeing us weak after fighting a dragon, he probably thinks we're easy prey and he'll kill us. Or at least try.
Do you want to get back downstairs inside? Let's go.
Yeah, idea. Sort of like keep a rear guard and kind of trying to keep watch to see in case the mana core comes as we're heading the inside. We're moving slowly than the others.
Go back down to the room with the coffins and try to take the ice road down.
I think we have more We have more exploring to do, right? And we have horses.
Or I think there are a couple rooms in here that we haven't checked yet if we want to. We're in here.
Yeah,
Also
that sounds
probably
right.
get some torches lit and maybe start melting some of that ice away. Get up what's inside.
Start a fire in the hearth and recover for the like. What time of the day is it? It's late afternoon.
It's like high sun right now.
We killed a dragon before noon.
Seems like a safe assumption.
It's a big day.
So yeah, this is a pretty boring place. In the book, it technically has nothing at all here, including the dragon actually has no horde at all. So you guys kind of go through everything, and there doesn't really seem to be anything here. It's been ages since anything really happened along this place. So kind of going through everything, you see signs of an elf lord seems to have starved and died, like sitting on their throne. There's a bunch of their servants seem to be around them. I believe 11 in total you will find. But realistically, this place seems to be scoured and kind of picked clean. There's very little here other than what you kind of found the dragon had collected up on the roof.
It makes sense. Do we want to take the sled down? Do we want to try and find Grohl and his try to kill all of them already? Let them know that we've killed it.
Yeah, I think the orcs are around, and we need to tell the king. And I'd like to ride down on this horse. Whole new kind of wealth that we didn't have before.
I think one of the horses is gone, right? We had sent it out onto the bridge. I think it froze.
I think you pulled it back in, so there's 5 of you and 4 horses. But other than that, I think you all have everything. So depending on what level of everything kind of works out, you might be able to get like the 2 lightest of you on the same horse. They have bridles for 4 horses. But like if Ezra, I think you only have 2 animal shapes right now.
Yeah, I only have 2.
Yeah, so depending on what you all want to do, if you want to try to leave right away, you basically have to have 2 people doubled up or just 1 person walking. Otherwise, you can check to see if you can short rest and see if you can manage to rest, in which case Ezra could turn into an animal and travel at the same speed as the rest of the party.
Do we want to try and get a short rest while we're here?
Yeah, Ezra needs one for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't not rest. I'm just worried about the Manticore.
Or like keep watch for it, maybe find a spot within hasn't been completely destroyed by the dragon. Try and get an arrest there.
Yeah, can we?
Let me have you guys roll insights. Just groups, unless somebody wants to lead it. I think you guys can rest pretty assured that if you hide down in the Undercroft, you're probably safe from the Manticore, with those secret doors essentially sealed.
Sounds like a plan to me.
At this point, you all down in the Undercroft, Sartoris is down there kind of licking his wounds, but you all can take a short rest. I guess kind of a failure on my part for what the roll was. Partway through your short rest, you do actually hear somebody seems to be outside of the toboggan slide. You hear like grunting.
Hello, I'm back.
What up, Ty?
Hey,
They are taking a short rest here. If you need to use any hit dice, you can apply those. But otherwise, you can apply a short rest as well.
alrighty.
Congratulations, Ty. You killed a dragon.
Yay. I think I only hit it twice. Like,
Well, that's
the
more than I did.
Yeah, it ate Ezra, so we're all taking the same amount of credit, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely a team effort.
And I think at your level, 17 AC is like a 60 or 65% of the time you're missing.
So Ty, we're deciding to between taking the horses down the hill or taking the toboggan down the hill. I'm sort of
Well,
for
no,
the
we-
horses.
Now we've also heard what grunting coming from down by the where that opening is now, the toboggan slide.
Oh. Like, back in the crypt. Okay.
Yeah, we came down here to try and rest in case like the figure would be safe from the mana core in case it came back, and then sort of just during our rest, we hear sort of noises coming from south of us.
The screen's black for me.
Scroll down, it's back to the Undercroft.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'll stop saying that. I'll actually look.
Oh no, it's just a psych out.
Well, the toboggan might go somewhere different, right? Thinking about where the horses were on the road. So we might get a different outcome if we go there. There might be something else to find.
How big is the toboggan? Is it big enough for all of us?
Big enough
Assuming?
for 5 people.
Oh, okay.
Says nothing about size. I imagine it's made for like one person because it's probably pretty selfish, but it's definitely put in there as like the escape route in case you're like, fuck, I don't think we should be fighting a dragon. Although realistically, I think all it would look like to a dragon is like a hot dog falling off the picnic table kind of thing.
Yeah, like a convenient place to reach everybody at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think it was designed for getting away from the dragon so much it was designed for getting away from somebody sieging your fortress.
Like, on the slide, and you see the dragon just waiting with his mouth open at the bottom. Like, oh shit, that was a bad idea.
Wow, that was one of the things when dude started to use his hammer. I was like, bro, you started with your bonfire, and that's a great hack for it because it's fucking silent. And then he's like, I'm gonna use my anvil hammer. And I'm like, roll a fucking die because you're attracting a dragon to you.
Yeah, and to his credit, we really all didn't help him. We just all got out of the way when he was doing that.
Well, I thought about how long the dragon's head was if I could just eat him and throw him out from there. It had definitely crossed my mind because, again, I was livid when the only sarcophagus that got opened was the one that had the actual toboggan in it.
I think he was trying to hide that by saying, now let's open up all the other ones.
Well, he's like sat there and did nothing, and all of those other sarcophagi are empty. Again, this castle, as far as a dungeon goes, like all of the room descriptions are, it's empty. I was just like, dude, you look like such a meta fucking DM playing a game. Like, why ruin it? Why ruin it for yourself? Why ruin it for other players?
So what do you think, guys? Horses or bobsled?
I don't want to see who's grunting. I can try and maybe sneak down and see if I see anybody down there.
After a few minutes, if you wait. Otherwise, if you do go to take a look down the sled run, it's Grohl seems to be climbing up that edge of the mountain. And just Grohl. Seems to be relatively injured. Bits of green blood and flesh all around him.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody else climbed up the side of a mountain. Nobody else took the road.
All right, so
Quick question: did y'all grab anything off the dragon?
yes, we got. I think Bert got about 12 scales. We got 2 teeth, which are in good shape, and 2 claws, and then we also found sort of like its hoard, which is kind of broken up in a few different places on the rooftop. It's kind of like it's there. We haven't been able to get the items out because they're kind of encased in ice. Or I guess we could have spent the short rest, sort of like melting the ice with torches.
I think that's low enough that you can do. Yeah, you can consume. If everybody's got a torch to consume, or I guess realistically, I think Ezra can summon fire, like to make like essentially a fire like that. I think you guys are safe to do it like that.
And produce flame.
I've got 5 torches.
Yeah, I think produce flame's one of the ones that you can actually make like essentially like a nightlight for yourself, right? Like you can like hold the fire.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you can use that instead of consuming a torch, but if everybody else writes off a torch, you guys can basically free everything from that ice. Eventually when you get to it, the bag's pretty heavy. Seems to have plenty of stuff in it.
Let's open it up.
Roll an insight for me, Justin. You look inside of the bag and you don't actually see anything.
Well, that's odd. I guess I'll. Bag seems too heavy to be empty. I might try and not being able to see anything. Maybe I'll just gonna go ahead and reach inside and help myself. See if I feel anything inside the bag.
So let me have an Arcana with advantage. You reach inside of the bag, and there's nothing. You don't touch the bottom of the bag. You reach in, and it crosses your mind that there are bags that are larger on the inside than they are on the outside.
Ooh.
Look back to those. Like, I don't think this is any ordinary bag. But if there is anything inside it, it beats me how to get it out.
You're pretty
like
sure
that?
if you turn the bag inside out, you can find out what's inside of it.
Is it like the
Okay.
bag the dead guy had? When he was trying to put the toboggan in his bag, remember that?
He
That was
didn't
kind of a
actually have
cluster.
that bag. He was trying to cheat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just try and like empty it out, kind of turn it inside out.
So there is a collection of gems that drop out of the bag. Let's see. There ends up being a collection of like dark purple, almost blackish gems, as well as a like pinkish kind of white kind of crystalline gem, as well as a like jet black gem. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong description. I guess it's kind of like a lava red with almost like pearlescent like swirls to it. Does anybody have jewelry making as a proficiency? Jeweler?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go.
I have Probably should. I don't have it added on here, but my past, I think I would have the proficiency.
Well, if you're not lacking it, it's no thing now. You see a potion in there that seems to be like swirling different colors. A large red potion that seems to be a larger potion of healing, as well as a little bit larger of a vial. It seems like almost like a almost like the storage container that you store your oil for your lamp in. But it's still like seems to be like a precious object kind of storage. It's a little bit more ornate kind of oil inside.
All that was inside that bag that seemed empty?
Yep. And then
Cool.
let's see. I feel like a few of you can identify the other spells that were on the 2 scrolls. There is a scroll of message, and there is a scroll of find familiar.
Where is your familiar right now? Did we kill it?
Nope, he's pocketed right now for a reason.
Sweet. Well, I feel better about giving that big brown gem to the Manicore now that we have all these other, pretty gems.
Can I identify the one potion there? Attempt to, excuse me.
The red and orange potion?
Yeah.
You can do an Arcana.
Yeah, never
Wait
mind.
a second, did he hear that initial description? I feel like he was talking about a different one. You left right before I talked about the actual items. So you're talking about one of the potions from the bag of holding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Precious oil one?
Yep.
So yeah, do the one that the Burke was talking about. There's one that's like red with like orange kind of floating around in it. Different like viscosity. You like sniff at it, relatively sure that you like smell like a little bit of brimstone, and you like take a little sip of it, and as you just like say your first word, you just like breathe out a little bit of fire. It's a potion of fire breathing.
Distinct.
And then you can do an Arcana on the oil. It just seems like maybe like a stinky cooking oil. Perhaps like one of the orcs when they used to live here. You don't know enough about orc culture to understand why they would cook with it.
Early old party.
So as you all are down there, it's King Roll coming up from the south and kind of climbs up and makes his way into that area and seems exasperated as he says, "Well met. It's surprising to see you, though you seem to have met the dragon as well."
Indeed, we did. Touch and go there for a while, but you make your way to the roof. You'll the there was a surprise up there. Dragon shouldn't be troubling us anymore.
Most fortunate. And he'll come up to do like that like forearm handshake, and kind of like thank you moment by moment to each of you.
Sort of as he's doing that, I'll just give him a little warning that sort of on our way up, we also encountered a manicore who might have some designs on the hold, and also warn him that parts of the hold have been damaged in the fight with the dragon. So if he does still want it, there might be some work for them to do. Any of your party survive, or just you?
I was the only to make it away. We were assaulted shortly after taking to the mountainside. He froze and ate most of the orcs on the spot, and carried off my ogre.
Yeah, I met him.
He's fine. That seems surprising.
No, he got thrown at me. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
That's unfortunate. But also, good reason to keep an ogre in your company.
Throw at?
No, the bigger ones always get taken first.
Ah, smart.
Smart guy, yeah. Wait, sorry, you lost all your guys. Not good.
Good thing about orcs is there's always more. They breed like mycelium.
Did not know that. Very interesting. Okay.
Makes it very hard to get rid of them. Why it's best to befriend them.
Ooh. Didn't we say we're gonna eat this dragon? That thing we talked about?
We did wonder what dragon meat might taste like.
Something to do, real quick, Cut a little bit. But cooked,
Somebody want to sneak upstairs and grab some dragon meat? Is that the idea?
I don't know if I'd be that proficient at cutting it, but I'll help whoever does.
Yeah, I mean, if someone comes with me, I could probably throw up something.
Okay. I'll give you a dagger or something.
Roll stealth for me, Ezra. You slowly creep up, trying to keep an eye out for the manticore, and at present you don't see any signs of it. You feel pretty comfortable that you can get to the dragon, and take at least part of the backstrap. The dragon probably weighs a solid ton or two. Do a medicine check. Oh, yeah.
Oh, crap.
You don't even think about the backstrap. I can't even think of the worst cuts of meat to take, but you definitely grab mostly ligament and
Dragon awful, yeah.
The feet.
it's like you trim away all of the tenderest, most wonderful parts of the dragon to take just the worst parts. Yeah, I feel like that actually might be the one. I feel like you do grab the 4 dragon feet. Justin's already removed all of the claws from, and that's what you bring back down. Like a vine through the 4 dragon feet. Look what I got.
Yeah, I even have proficiency roll on.
I think your bear might like that, but not so sure I'd want to eat it.
Man.
More for me then.
I hear if you pickle those, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's all for you, buddy.
I'll try that pickle.
Well.
But yeah, effectively, it is up to you guys. If you want to go for those horses, you've got your short rest. Ezra can become an animal. and you can get down with 4 horses pretty soon.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, horses could definitely come in handy, and I don't think we can take them down this like a luge chute.
Does King Groll want to come with us, or does he want to take the slide down?
You know, girl, what are your plans?
I don't expect to find myself welcome in human settlements. Hopefully, the other scouts are able to make it to the hold, and perhaps we can defend it from this Manticore. But perhaps I can also buy its allegiance. But with any luck, the Cragmaws will be able to hold this pass and be neither assaulted nor a problem to the humankind.
Best of two worlds.
That sounds like a fine plan.
King Groll, can we will we be welcome if we come back and see you in the future?
Roll a D100 for me. He hands you a little lamp, and it's got like a little canary inside of it. And he says, take this. As an emissary of peace, you will always be welcome.
So I have to keep the canary alive? Is that like part of it?
No, it's a little like mechanical canary, but it's like whistling at you as he hands it to you.
Thank you, King Groll. I'm honored.
Yes, you should be. It's been a I can't even keep a straight face. That was such a wonderful roll. If you're able to return, it would be our pleasure to greet you once again.
All right then.
And Groll, will there be peace with the people of Phandalin? Or Phandalin? Or from the city, you know?
As long as I rule the Cragmaws, I believe we can find peace. As long as the spider has the dwarves and the humans together, I believe our races will be at peace.
Well, I hope you'll call us if the peace is threatened. We want you to stay the ruler here. He may be of use.
Have no magics of great power. Have you some magic to give me to contact you?
No, I think you just have to send a runner and talk to us. Unless you guys have a better idea. That's all I got.
Don't we have that scroll of message? I'm not sure how that works.
We may be sure how much longer we're going to be around here.
I think Victor has message as a possible cantrip.
I gotta look.
And then I vaguely... Oh shit, yeah, I might have psyched you guys out by saying you guys had access to that. Might have been barred.
Nope.
You don't have it on the cleric. I feel like that's definitely not a cleric spell. I know for some of the spells I actually wrote down who could use them.
And no, I don't have any message.
It's a bard, sorcerer, wizard spell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in hindsight. Fucking warlocks. Yeah, you guys wouldn't really have an understanding of that spell, but if you'd like, you can give it to him.
Well, Ezra, couldn't you turn into a bird and fly up and the message? You like turn into a carrier pigeon if you had to.
As long as he carries this little bird cage in his little tiny bird hand.
Like an eagle or something.
I mean, possibly in the future. Right now, I can't.
Ezra would know that with like the proper like prayer, he would be able to prepare himself to like charm an animal, but that doesn't help Grohl. Right now, you're thinking of a way for Grohl to contact you.
That a bonfire? Like a big ass, like, fire on the peak that we could see? I don't know. I'm just throwing out shit here. I don't know.
Like in a color. I mean, I think he can set a runner. He's got like he's a king, right?
Yeah, this is a runner.
Yeah, I mean we can always hike back up here if we get in touch.
And it was like a bit of politeness, more than a we're going to work for him all the time kind of thing.
Oh, and that was definitely him kind of seeing through it.
Well, I think we've done well. Let's go tell the people of Phandalin that there's peace with the orcs now. Because I think there was, as I recall, 100 gold pieces to collect on that one.
Oh yeah, if we deal with the orc issue. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, you all can hop on your horses. It is a longer ride to get back to Phandalin, so it does take more than. How long do you have in animal form, Ezra? Are you limited to half your druid level?
No, I'm 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, it's just 2 hours.
Yeah, I think for what it's worth, using up both of those, you all are able to get back in just over that 4 hours. So you would kind of be walking at like the end of it. But otherwise, you all are able to make it back without any troubles, and you can re-enter through Phandalin.
I'm gonna go find Sildar, see if he's at the town master's hall.
Is anyone as psyched as me that we have horses? It's so great.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm excited about it. You guys are less excited about it. We got to stable these things and feed them. Right? It's going to be a constant drain on our resources. I'm going to work on that while you go talk to the town master.
We got to go back and see the spider, right? Check out that portal.
Yeah. Or yeah, we can stop and collect the thing, right?
Yeah, I mean after we're done in Phandalin. I mean,
And we got supplies and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, and maybe taking a bit of a rest before. Long rest.
Oh yeah, we can get a shit face at the Stonehill Inn. Do that.
It's got to be like an end of Star Wars 3 sort of Ewok party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some dragon.
Nobody's eating that shit, dude. Nobody's eating that.
I'm
You
trying.
did that wrong. You did that wrong.
Uh,
Medicine +6, you still did it wrong somehow. I don't know.
A full ton of dragon meat, and you get the feet.
you should use your inspiration for that. That would be nice.
I mean, I already used it, so yeah, I can.
I think your bear ate that as a snack while we were coming down the hill.
That's elite level use of dice manipulation, is using your rerolls on shit like that.
Look, you could probably get somebody to buy that for a good price. Hang on to them.
Come here, I'm selling lucky dragon speed.
So what's Sildar got to say?
Heading to the town master first.
Yep.
As you all enter, he's got like desks set across this main hall instead of being like the large like fireplace in the center and like the little like wooden throne set up on like a stair on the back. There's like 5 different desks across the room. He's sitting behind one on that higher level kind of like raised platform, and then there's 2 desks on each side of the actual like central hearth, and they seem to be kind of like busy at different paperworks, and there's like a constant like motion of different soldiers in sword. Oh man, fucking name just east from my mind.
It's random. Never mind. I'll save it for later after we're done with this.
Lord's Alliance. What were you actually thinking though? You don't have to save it for later.
We cleared that layer underneath the sleeping giant, right? There was like that one room that had a skeleton behind it, I think. I don't think we ever opened that door.
You guys went somewhere in there. You can surely
There's-
tell yourself that you cleared it.
We never went up to that mansion too, which I thought was where the black spider was. I guess maybe that's her house though. That might not be polite to go up there.
Anyway, let's
Yeah, so I'll go up and greet Sildar. We all will, I guess.
hello.
Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to see you.
And you as well. We come bearing good news. The dragon of Icespire Peak is defeated. Trouble you.
It's wonderful news, and you bear the news on your flesh itself.
It's not the easiest thing.
Only a few can lay claim to slaying dragons. Welcome to the group.
Ooh, humble brag. Nice.
You've slain a dragon?
It's what our order was tasked for plenty of time. Much of my life. Many friends have fallen in the task.
Certainly no easy thing.
It might be easier with griffins.
Might try that next time. You can acquire a griffin.
Yeah, let's get some griffins.
Yeah, horses are good and all, but griffins, that's what you really. We have additional good news. The orcs are likely to, now that the hold has been cleared, are likely to return there, and hopefully should have no more issues with them on the road. Which I'm sure with all the rebuilding that's going to be going on, you'll be needing more supplies. Hopefully, we can that will help to keep the roads a little bit safer going forward.
Interesting. So, placated, but not destroyed.
We've struck a peace with them.
With orcs.
With the king of the orcs, yes.
So, Let me have Burke and Justin roll a persuasion. Well, I believe the town's levied a tax in order to pay one to remove the orcs. I don't know if it's entirely safe, but I can give you 80 gold for having removed the threat for now.
And what was the tax for removing the dragon?
I think all that money went to the red brands, right? Kinda.
I think by the time the dragons seemed to be a threat, they were no longer levying the taxes. I think you might be safe to say that the red brands were... I can't fucking think of the word. Embezzling that money for themselves. I don't see any collection here where Harbin actually was organizing the money.
Yeah, and it's too bad when we saved the town from the red brands, we didn't really find that much money, did we, guys?
No, I don't think so. No.
Interesting.
I wonder where they could have stashed it.
Well, I mean, technically, that money likely belongs to the townsfolk. Phandalin's been through a lot.
Oh, well, sir, were you able to find their funds?
We were able to send some of our troops into the giant, and there was a large contingent of kobolds who were seemingly creeping out of the Underdark and into that lair. I found signs of Glassstaff being there, but I was incapable of actually finding his presence, and I believe he smuggled anything that he could have away from that place, having seen signs of our being there.
Well, the one thing that would really change things for us is a fifth horse. Any ideas about that? Does Lord Alliance maybe spare us a horse?
We can't simply sell you one from the Lord's Alliance, but I do believe Barthen would still be capable of selling one to you.
Got it. Justin, are you going to tell him about the Wave Echo Cave? I say that with my eyes, my eyebrows.
Roll a performance check.
That's a lot to say with your eyebrows.
It seems like Burke is hitting on you, Justin. He seems to think you look quite attractive with your dragon scars.
You know, Black Spider.
We'll chalk that up to getting maybe knocked on the head.
Well,
mean,
I'm grateful to take these 80 gold pieces. Thank you very much, Sildar.
Perhaps we could let Barthen know, and then leave it up to him if he wants to tell Sildar. Barthen knows Gundren.
Sounds good to me.
Seems you're fairly busy, Sildar. So we'll leave you to it.
One more thing before we go. Have you heard from name Edermath? Is that his last name? I believe he left when the
Darren? The goat from the orchard? Yeah, what's happened to him?
Toblin. No.
Toblin,
Stono.
Someone's at the
Darren-
tavern.
Yeah,
Darren Edermath is who you're
Darren
thinking
Edermath.
of.
Yep.
Believe Edermath has returned, though I believe he went off with a wizard. He was sent from Neverwinter, I believe, Sharwin.
You know that name, right?
Yeah, we know that name.
You two adventured with Sharwin, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. I remember now.
Roll back the notes.
Is Sharwin here? Like at the orchard?
I believe they headed to the east towards Coneyberry. Ariel had a request for her. She would not share it with me. Must attest, I am ignorant of where they have gone.
Well, we're gonna have to see my aunt before we leave town, so perhaps she'll know.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the Toblin, right, guys?
Aren't we going to Arthur's first? See if we can get a horse.
Oh yeah, we can do that too. Yeah, let's do that.
So, walking into Barthen's, you will see the two small boys running around, pretty busy. There's a couple of the Lord's Alliance inside of there. They seem to be like shopping for general goods, and Barthen himself is behind the actual counter, kind of taking care of the actual business as the boys are running the different things needed. But pretty quickly, looking up to see you all, just kind of like yells out to, hello, welcome, yes, excellent, it's a pleasure to see you all again.
You as well. The Alliance hasn't bought up everything you've got. We're hoping we could buy a horse if you've got one for sale.
Business is certainly good. I've got a little bit increased orders for my next go, so I could sell my horse and simply order a new horse with our next set of supplies to replace her.
Okay. So what's the price?
Well, I can do 75 for the horse. You can have the 10 for the saddle. I can have her and her bridle for 85 gold for you.
Almost works out. We got 80 for the. Not really doing much for the orcs, but
Would 80 suffice?
It's the reward we earned for saving the town from the orcs.
You stopped the orcs.
Oh, and that's not all.
no, we also killed the dragon at Icefire Peak.
As to say that I pick out the dragon feet and show him.
That's quite the treasure you've got there. And he kind of gets up on his tippy toes with his left hand, holding himself up with his cane as he tries to pat your shoulder.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hopefully the road should be a bit safer, which should hopefully make it a bit easier for you to be getting supplies going forward. That might be worth a small discount.
Kind of looks across at you all. He's like, excellent news. Excellent. Yes, I think 85 gold sounds great. And he winks really big. You'll just count out those 85 for me? 85 for the horse and the saddle.
Let's just give him the bag with the 80 in it and spill them out on the counter. Thanks, Barthen. Do you have any insight to who he's talking for? Or who he's performing for?
2 soldiers in there.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get a reputation for coming down on price, I bet.
But yeah, as you dump out all of the gold, Jason, you would pretty quickly recognize that as he counts to 85, he counts 5 of the coins twice to get to the 85. And then he kind of keeps going and he counts to 95 and he's like, oh, he counts to 90. He's like, you've handed me too many here. And he slides 5 gold back to you. So you can write down 75 for the horse. But yeah, he's clearly trying to hide the fact that he's giving a discount in front of the soldiers.
Drive a hard bargain, Barthen, but
Takes a lot to stay in business on the frontiers.
Barthen, do you think you can help us identify some gems that we collected? I don't think we want to sell them here, but we'd like to know, what they are, if you know.
I'm not much for gems, but if you do go visit Talia down at the Miners Exchange, you should be able to have her do anything for you. She charges a nominal fee, but it's not necessarily a poor idea if you need to identify different precious items.
Ah, good. Thank you.
I might also quietly tell Barthen about the Wave Echo Cave and what ended up happening with us, and just sort of relay what happened with Gundren and his brothers. They are now.
What are you thinking? There are still, I think, 3 soldiers inside of here. Just kind of going about they're just kind of window shopping's the wrong word, but just perusing.
So maybe while he was counting out the gold, just kind of leaning over the counter and sort of trying to kind of just quietly tell him without alerting all the soldiers.
Oh, yes, yes. I store those in the back. You'd have to look at those separately. Come with me. So he'll take you towards the back at kind of that little mention.
Okay, and then sort of once we're more in a more private area, we'll kind of I'll kind of like relay what happened. Sort of like after we met up with Gundren outside of town, we found the way back Oak Cavern, and ended up sort of finding Hornby here, finding both of his brothers alive, and sort of explaining that Gudrun and his brothers now are going to be. Their plan is to get Cornby here, the old pact, potentially up and running again at some point.
He packs up a big old pipe while you're kind of describing things, and he seems inquisitive as he's sitting there smoking. He's certainly very attentively listening to you, but you can tell it's a face of concern just as much as relief to hear the news that you're sharing. Well, this all sounds good enough for most of us. I wonder how our profit sharing will work out, but perhaps it will still all work out for the best.
I hope so as well.
This region was never richer than when the Phandalin Pact was first instituted, so perhaps we can find that once again, despite it being under different circumstances than we planned for at the start.
So hopefully, Gundren won't let his breed get the best of him. For now, I think Red Brand's gone, Dragon gone. Works with the Phandalins, and they have a chance to
kind of lean and kind of whisper in Jason's ear. What about the Underdark thing? Portal. The Sleeping Giant. You know what I'm talking about?
Roll a stealth for me, Victor.
Of course it would be a 5. God, my ability checks have been absolute trash.
Oh, yes, I believe the Lord's Alliance is guarding the entrance into the Underdark. There's a constant threat of the elves coming up from those lands. But it bodes well, at least, that there are kobolds there. They're slightly less of a threat than the elves tend to be.
Oh, well. Good that everyone knows about that. All right.
You haven't happened to see Lady Gariel anytime these last couple of days? We'd like to speak with her before we take our leave of town.
I believe you can find her at the shrine. I don't think she's gone anywhere. She certainly hasn't been here for supplies.
So we'll yes, I gotta look back to the others, sort of, and back and forth. Unless there's anything else, we'll leave you to your work.
Can we hand wave past any resupply we need to do?
Yeah, effectively, Barthen has any adventuring gear that's 25 gold or lower. And if you all need to purchase anything, you can have 10% off of it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'd just buy another set of thieves tools, you know, but I can just take care of that later.
Yeah, so 22 gold for the thieves' tools.
And buy another healer's kit. We'll buy those out of our money, I guess.
Let the healer's kit 4 gold. I guess realistically, you guys can spend silver. So if you get up to what is that? That's 30 gold. So you can have 27 gold for those two.
Thanks, Barthen. You're a good man.
Right, Bert, let's go see your aunt.
Yeah, she's gonna be psyched to see us.
Justin, roll a perception for me. Psych. My bad. Feel like I set up something different than I actually called for there.
I can roll something different. If you need me to.
No. It just wasn't meant for you. And just a slight mistake on my part. Let's see. I didn't really plan this out well. Let's actually take a quick little break here and come back in a couple of minutes.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay.
I am back.
Hello, I'm back.
Me too.
I'm back as well. Had my character take on a new last name. Greg.
I'm back.
I think we're just waiting on Mara now. Do you guys want to? I mean, we're going to see Lady Gariel. Let's say we want to go see the go to the miners' exchange to maybe get some of those gems identified. Then I think maybe like spend the night in town before we like get a long rest before we go back and see the spider. Or do you guys have ideas on what you want to do? Or anything, something you want to do instead for that?
Yeah, I like that plan. And then go tomorrow to see the spider. Like all those things with the things we have to do.
I was thinking, okay, you know, been a rough couple weeks, you know, take the rest of the day, maybe a little bit tomorrow, fuck off a little bit, you know, get shit faced tonight, and then, you know, maybe the day after tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow, whatever you guys feel like, go back at it. Huh?
I'm trying to remember if the portal thing with the spider, that was in any way urgent.
No. It wasn't. No, it wasn't urgent.
Are you just saying that because you want to get shit faced?
I think that's what. Yeah, that it probably was. All this stuff is urgent, but you know, it's good to take a day.
She did suggest we had time to go and deal with the dragon, so like, we had to go follow her immediately. And she's been in a fight too, so she probably doesn't mind having a couple days to recover herself. I'm just thinking more like sort of story-wise. I think we've pretty much wrapped up here. Kind of the next. I think that portals will bring us to the next next leg of this campaign.
Yeah. I think if we go to the Sleeping Giant thing, we're gonna be dealing with like the Underdark. That's gonna be a whole thing, and we won't be able to come back to her for a very long time.
I think we're pretty much done here. So if we go into the portal, I think we'll miss too much.
I'm thinking we could like that we're playing with the other characters now, but essentially tell the others maybe they go find Sharwin while we're going to the portal, and then we had to like characters at some point. That kind of for playing with.
It seems like a good idea.
True, true.
I just thought of something. If we're going down to Cornby here, going to the portal, what happens to our horses?
We just paid
Don't
80 bucks for the
Yeah,
horses, you
don't
know.
think they can follow.
We could probably lead them through that portal. It might be a great squeeze, but
Yeah, but I mean, how would we get down to Cornby here with the horses?
Well, we'll get to Cornby here with the horses. I don't know what we'll do when we get, to the entrance. Like if we're gonna have to abandon our horses. It's a good question. Maybe we bring somebody with us who can bring the horses back to keep them in Phandalin for us. I just like not to be walking everywhere. Has anyone ever been the hero of a village before? Do you know what happens?
No, first time for me.
Well, maybe there's a
Our-
youngster we can hire to come with us to bring the horses back.
Are we heroes? I guess, right?
We saved the
regional,
town.
I would say regional heroes, yeah,
We killed a dragon.
local heroes.
We made peace with the Orc King. I feel like a fucking hero.
Definitely hero.
Mara, what do we do about our horses when we get back to Cornby here? Like, can we bring somebody from town, like a youngster, who'll bring them back to the stable and not keep them here for us? Or
Do we know we can't bring the horses through Cornby here?
You all do know that entrance is like a 15-foot like cliff down into the actual like main area. So that alone is going to be a hurdle for you.
Look, we go through the portal with these horses. Whatever we encounter there would probably kill the horses. You know what I mean? So
Leave the horses for the B team.
yeah,
All right. I feel like I heard everybody, right?
Yep, we're all back.
Alrighty, so let's go with Justin. You notice a little kid kind of standing around just like staring at you all as you like walk out of the Barthen's provisions. Just like a little redhead, about 3.5 feet tall, just kind of like patiently but very awkwardly just like staring as everybody like slowly makes their way out. And they're just like clearly watching you.
Can I help you? Waiting for us?
Yes. Hi. I have this for you. And they like hold out like a little piece of parchment, and there is a silver piece of wax sealing it.
Is there any emblem or symbol in the wax, or is it just solid silver?
Looks kind of like a crescent, but fuck it, keeping that same proficiency. Looks like a crescent, but you can actually kind of see, like, in the way, like, the wax kind of bent. It almost, like, folded out of shape, but you can almost see, like, connections between, like, each side of, like, this U. Like, between the crescent, it seems like it has, like, striations.
Okay, I'll sort of glance back to the party, give kind of like a shrug, and then I'll break the seal and open up the parchment to.
Oh, wait, actually, I think he's the one I was looking for. And they point to Burke. It's for you.
Yeah, that's usually how things work. Give it here.
All right, I'll stop and hand it over.
Sheesh.
Any idea who this is from, young man?
No.
Man, woman, tall, short, fat, skinny, nothing?
All of them, yes.
All right. So I'm going to open the seal and open the document. Have a look.
Ooh, I think my mother's actually looking for you. And he's like looking towards Ezra. Mother got a letter for you as well. She didn't give it to me, but she also didn't know that I was going to be coming here.
Where are you from? Sorry.
It's a family friend of ours. He's a druid who lives here some of the year. Radoth?
Wait, what did you say his name was?
Radoth.
Radal. Sounds familiar.
We live in the farmstead in the southeast. If you come during the day, well, mother's usually up past night, but if you come during the day, I'm sure she has it for you. But she didn't trust. Well, she didn't know. She didn't really. I don't think she knows I'm gone now. But yeah, if you just come at some point, I know she's looking for you. He said it was important, actually, kind of urgent. Stands there.
So what's in my letter?
But there's a handout. Should be.
Yeah, that should have popped up for you all.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's a cryptic Transcender myth, whatever.
I was doing Theater of the Mind. Sorry.
All good.
I'm not sure if I can re-show it where it pops up on the screen.
No, I still have it. Sorry, I was just not looking at the right thing.
Like stands there for another few moments, and he's kind of like looking at you all with like awe on his face, and then just in an instant he like turns around and he starts running away.
Well, I mean, I did want to go to the mansion. How do you guys feel about accomplishing tasks for the greater good of the people?
And do you show the letter to all of us, I assume?
Yeah,
Okay.
I hand it around.
The collective.
And you can all see it, right?
Hmm.
And roll 20.
Yeah.
So let's see. I feel like two of you have military backgrounds on Burke and on Victor.
Victor is not.
Now Ty had that.
Okay, yeah, Ty.
Yeah.
Word.
So I have a military background. There's a lot of Lord's Alliance guys around. I get that.
So let's go for, I think, Justin, just do a straight wisdom, and Burke, let me have a history with advantage.
Wow.
As you all look over it, the two of you recognize the symbol is for a group who is not often known. They're present in almost every large settlement of humans. They're not specifically just a human organization. They do operate for more or less the greater good of the sentient species. And when you've heard their name, you've come across them as harpers. Though most people understand that they're often hidden behind the idea of being musicians, it's never really clear what they call themselves.
Well, yeah, the Harpers are sort of the family business, too. I think Lady Gariel's pretty mixed up with them. At least that's what my mother told me. We could certainly do worse than getting in line with the Harpers. What about the rest of you guys?
Ezra, you have any idea what this message for you is about?
Your mic's
Can I
kind
get-
of breaking up, but roll a wisdom check for me. Did we ever decide where your background brings you from with Ezra?
Oh, let's see. I should have maybe. Let me check.
Also, do we know what day of the month it is? How far away is the 15th of the month?
I think we were talking about the Weldath.
My bad. I still am getting like kind of every other word from you, Ezra.
Sorry, is this better?
Yeah, that seems a little better.
Okay, not sure what's going on. We've talked about the Weldath. Is what I have. But I'm not really sure if we put any more specific.
Oh shit, yeah, I feel like that was in the south that we went for with you. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that's too far away for you to necessarily recognize.
Probably have time to go see this woman before we go up to the manor. You want Ezra?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious.
Did you guys determine what the date was?
So I believe nobody in this group has keen mind.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
So I think that came up last session too.
So I think more or less you all know that you are right around middle month.
Where were you still outside Barthen's? You just go in and ask him what the date is today.
You are just outside of Barthen.
I'll walk in and I'll ask, sorry to bother you again. But do you know what today's date is?
It's the 14th.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you. And sorry to bother you. Walk
He
back
like
up.
it just took him a second. He's like going through his books, like filling out like price sheets, sales, and things like that. And you see him just like scroll his finger right over to the side, and he sees, "Yep, 14th, no problem at all."
Yep. Thanks again. Walk back on and tell everybody it's the 14th.
Good to know.
Oh, so we still have tonight. There we go. All right.
So let's identify these gems and let's visit Lady Gariel. And can we actually chase this little boy down to find his mother? Let's do all this stuff.
He said he had a farm to the southeast. There's only 2 farms down there.
All right, cool.
Got it named right now.
There you go.
Elderleaf Farm.
I just got a picture in my head of us just like chasing this little redhead child down the street.
As you all like follow him, he runs into the Stonehill Inn. He actually goes around like the northeastern entrance and like back in where the family lives. I think you guys went through that when you investigated the place and found that door.
We did.
But yeah,
We
you
went-
pretty quickly recognize that he's got some familiarity with the Stonehills if he's running in that door.
I'm sure we could ask Toplin to describe the kid and ask where the farm is when we go there. If we want to go there, want to go see Lady Gariel first, see if she's at the shrine. That would be a question for Burke.
Yeah. I'm up for going as a party to visit everybody on the way to the farm. And then coming back to the Stonehill Inn and getting hammered.
Yeah, mechanically, this is a closing the loop episode, so.
All right.
Where to next?
Just to the shrine, right?
Sure. Let's go to the shrine.
So, walking through the area with the pool, there's a few people inside, kind of like in prayer at the main visage of Timora. There seems to be a few members from the Lord's Alliance who are both standing around as others who seem to be like having removed their armor and are actually like seem to be like in prayer as well, but there's probably the most lively you've ever seen the shrine at that point. No immediate sign of Gariel.
Well, I think I'll say a short prayer as we enter, but then head for the back where I think maybe she'll be.
Yeah, it's just a few minutes before she starts to come forward, so depending on how long you take, she more or less greets you. She's got like a bunch of different incense like in her arms and like different like bandages and certain things that seem to be she's both caring for people here as well as taking care of their spiritual needs.
Auntie Gariel, the place is packed. How are things going?
Everything's been quite well. There's many new people. There's more Lord's Alliance arriving every day, and that's certainly a good thing for this town.
Yeah, we've come a long way from the Red Brands rounding up the townspeople, huh?
We have indeed, but they are still searching for a wizard who was here, and he seems to be eluding them. They're going deeper into the Underdark searching for him.
Do you think the Lord's Alliance has it well in hand, or is it something that we should be thinking about?
Well, he like glances across to some of the soldiers in there. I believe Sildar thinks he has everything under control.
Well put. We'll keep that in mind. We've had some exciting adventure since we saw you. Should we catch up? Do you want to hear all the news?
Well, I've not really sat down to relax for a moment here. Um, I can't remember whether it was Victor or Ty who's absolutely drenched in blood that day. I think it
It
was
was just
Ty.
Tyrell.
All
Tyrell,
right.
he stuck his head in the pool.
Yeah. She's gonna like look over you all and yes, I need to relax and have a bite. Come with me. And she'll take you around the east side of the shrine into one of those back areas and bring you into it's very austere. There's different things about like storage goods and things, but she just kind of like um brings out just some like dry foods. It's very similar to rations, but not necessarily as compact. And just kind of sits down to nibble on some grains and things of such. Nothing extremely nice, nothing terribly special. But the wine that she pulls out is quite strong. And you would see her dilute it with some water before she drinks. But she kind of like sits down to just stretch out, relax, and listen to what you have to say.
Well, we've had some crazy adventures. We chased the Red Brands and we found Sildar. You must have heard about that, because now he's out here running the town. But we also found the boss of the Red Brands, and some dwarves. We ended up with Gundren all the way out at Wave Echo Cavern. That's what he's been looking for with his brothers. And it seems like it's time to get the Phandalin, the Phandelver compact back together.
Excellent news indeed. Were you able to remove the spider?
No, we came to an understanding with the spider. She seemed quite powerful, and she's a gnome, I think, right? Gnomes are necessary to the pact.
Intriguing. I've heard the gnomes were certainly a big thing here. I was under the understanding that Gnomengard had been destroyed, and that they were all gone.
Well, it seems like it's going to be a dwarves, gnomes, human pact to get the forge running again and bring prosperity back to the area. So we're going to see her next. That's our next stop when we leave town.
I'm not so sure the spider deserves her terrible reputation. She's the reason I'm still standing here, as is Ezra. Kind of like that connection. Sure.
Interesting. Well, I guess sometimes evil is from the perspective that you see it.
Well, and what was definitely evil was, you remember the dragon that was flying up at Cragmaw? We went up there, defeated it.
That is some wonderful news. You seem to have gotten away with your lives. Probably little else. Maybe need some new clothing.
Got its feet too. Point Ezra.
I show the
That's
fate.
rather disgusting.
Pull out one of the claws, and a little less disgusting than the feet.
I heard the fate could be good if you pickle it.
Yeah, he heard that from an orc. So we also made a bit of a pact, or a peace, with King Roll of the orcs, who've been terrorizing the area. They're going to stay up in the castle. We didn't kill them all. We came to a peace, which seemed to be the right thing. I thought you'd actually be proud of us, Auntie, for taking that direction. Sildar was like somewhat less excited.
That's interesting news, indeed. But it may work out for the better. We've rarely kept any peace with orcs in the past, but perhaps turning over a new leaf is the solution.
Well, we partnered up with Grohl, and we thought he was a man of an orc of his word, possibly, or bugbear of his word, anyway.
At the very least, the lesser of two evils.
Hopefully that proves true. Orcs can be a lot to deal with, and certainly, well, they're most dangerous when they're going to war and not looking towards peace as some sort of solution.
Well, Auntie, and I'm going to lower my voice, a young boy just stopped and gave us a letter inviting us tomorrow to meet up at the old house. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, a letter! That seems very interesting. Why, I don't know anything about that.
Sort of give her a look, listen to
Right.
her high-pitched voice,
Roll an
Yeah.
insight. I
and
don't think you
decide,
need to roll an insight, but you can roll an insight.
no, I just think I'm maybe not going to press her because she's my aunt, you know.
I always think the mental checks are funny because the actual player is usually intelligent enough to figure it out.
So I'm going to look over at Justin and sort of nod my head that we're not going to press. Because obviously she's told us the truth almost all the time till right now. So there must be a reason.
Justin will trust Burke, since given that they're related, he's going to let him take the lead on how he wants to deal with this.
All right, Andy. Well, I'm sure it's nothing. We'll figure it out. So that's the report. Wanted to catch you up on everything and thank you for all your help. And I think we're gonna go get drunk.
Oh, before we leave, you'll probably please to note that it seems that Dabra is doing just fine. We had a chance to stop by the windmill, and it seems like she's the Manicore didn't cause her any undue trouble.
And indeed is excellent news, though she'll always be a pain in the ass anyways. But it's good that she made it home safe.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Auntie. And the most amazing thing that happened is you'll recall that Tamora sent us a scroll while we were here that we couldn't read. It was ultimately the most important item that helped us get through all these adventures. So thank you so much for that.
He looks awfully surprised at that kind of response. And you see her kind of like look across the shrine. She, oh, that's wonderful news. Interesting. Tamara. Huh.
We'll look at Justin sort of with a, did I get that right question? Because this is super weird because that's how I remember it.
As far as I know, Mora, who I pray to at least.
Maybe we should make another We should make another offering on our way out.
You two would recognize those as probably the two statements that she was least truthful in everything that she has spoken to you all.
Maybe it was Lady Gariel that gave us that scroll.
Not necessarily the perception that you should be getting. She was surprised to hear you say that.
Maybe it was not. She was. Maybe this isn't a shrine to Tamora, or maybe
She's not really a priestess of tomorrow. She is Lady of Mystery.
she might not actually. Yeah, she might not be an actual. Yeah, maybe she doesn't even sort of. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, we won't talk about it here. Anyway, Auntie, give her a kiss on the cheek. Great to see you. Tell Mom I said hi. And we're going to go and see some mine equipment down the road here. And then let's head out. If anybody has anything else they want to say to Aunt Gariel, I feel like I talked a lot. Sorry.
You're good.
I like having a break.
All right, so let's head out. Should we throw a gold piece in the water? It was a big deal when we did it last time. It's less of a big deal now. Do you remember how much of an offering we made, Justin?
I think I had done one or a couple gold, but I might also. I was thinking of Justin's too. He'll leave his own offering because he's just going to sort of maybe and subtly dip one of the dragon claws that he took in the water because of your good luck charm.
I'm having a hard time with your mic, Justin.
Yeah, I was going to say, your mic's kind of breaking up on me as well. So I think you said you were dipping a dragon's claw into the water and leaving another offering?
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Totally.
Seems better.
Okay. Yeah, so I was going to say I was going to leave a drop another gold piece as an offering, and sort of Justin's plan is to keep the dragon's claw as a good luck charm, so he's just going to kind of dip it in the water as he's leaving the offering as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really just for flavor. I'm not expecting anything to happen.
There's certainly like a feel of a connection in this place. You do recognize some level of the power, but there's not necessarily any sort of like supernatural result of anything that kind of goes down. But you do feel there's some level of a connection to the idea that your friend was dead at the time, and part of what you had done was praying to a god of luck, and got lucky that she was listening.
Right? Unless anybody else have anything to do here? I took Burke. I took that my gold offering just out of my personal, so I need to mark it off in the party loot.
Cool. Should we go find out about these gems and see if maybe the armorer can make anything out of these scales for us?
It couldn't hurt.
All right, so let's go to the Lion Shield Coster.
So getting to be a bit of a typical scenario, you walk in, you see that there are a few members of the Lord's Alliance inside, and seems to be Linian is running about, kind of like taking care of people as she can. And just like in passing, she just kind of like looks up and recognizes you all, and she just like does a quick little wave like, "Oh, hey, it's good to see you." And she's gone in an instant.
Sure, she's busy with all these soldiers about now. What were you, Brooke? What are you thinking of with the scales?
I just wonder if there's anything can be done with them. I don't have a plan. Earrings, maybe.
It's like another minute or so before she comes back out. I've got a few more. 1, 2, 3. I've got these 4 to take care of if you have a moment. Otherwise, I will right with you.
Sure, Linian. We'd be happy to talk, especially when there's less people around. So we'll shop for a bit while you take care of that. And then turn to the guys like, doesn't she seem nervous? It's weird.
The Lords Alliance guys have a effect on all these people for some reason.
Nervous or maybe just harried?
She's like a badass. She's a badass blacksmith who like told us to go screw every time we talk to her. It's a little weird.
Wondering, I don't have a proficiency in martial weapons. I was wanting to get a rapier, trade in all my daggers and
Just can't use your proficiency bonus.
yeah, and then I would gain proficiency as I was using it. Right? Over time.
No.
You don't?
No.
I thought you could get training.
I mean, you can get training for something, but just to put things into perspective, you guys are 13 or I think you're now 14 days into this campaign.
It was like what, 6 months to train for a weapon skill, or
Sounds about right. I'd have to look it up to actually add skills. Takes plenty of time.
You should talk to Justin about how reasonable that is of an idea. He's a martial weapons expert, right?
I know how to use a rapier, not all martial weapons.
Not really do I ever use it, but just if it came down to it. If I use both my daggers at the same time, it wouldn't be that bad, but
That's where something like a short sword would be what you go for. You're trying to optimize with the best one-handed weapon, and you should be just taking one that works.
short sword isn't a
It's finesse, and it's
Simple finesse one-handed.
oh. It doesn't show up on the list for some reason. I don't know why.
It may have been incorrect saying that, but I'm pretty sure short sword's on that simple. Oh yeah, my bad. Yep. So yeah, that would be doing like probably a sickle is realistically the one-handed. But that's literally what simple weapons are, is they're basic ass weapons.
Yeah.
So like hand axe, or like the hammers. Those are the ones that you would go for. They're not meant to be, these are weapons of war. They're meant to be things that you would have for other purposes in your life, and you can use it to kill shit.
Right, yeah. But I can just do the offhand thing with the other dagger. And I can do that, so I'll just stick to what I got.
I think the bigger question is why. You've got fucking the best cantrip in the game. That should pretty much always be your attack.
Well, if I lose my arcane focus, is what I was thinking of. Plus, if you have the attack of opportunity, I don't think I could attack with. I don't have Warcaster, so I can't do that.
I wouldn't cry a river over not getting attacks of opportunity.
Just thinking about it. Since we're here, I thought I'd bring it up. But okay, yeah, I'll stick to what I got.
You actually need an arcane focus to cast your cantrips? I thought you kind of just knew those. Like if a wizard loses their spell book, they can still cast cantrips.
I think I do.
That does not sound right to me. No, wait. My bad. A wizard doesn't need their spellbook to cast cantrips, but their spellbook is not their arcane focus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They need their spellbook to remember spells and to prepare spells, and they don't have to prepare their cantrips. I mean, they still have to actually select a certain amount that they have prepared each day, but they know their cantrips by memory. But in the end, again, your arcane focus getting taken from you is very minor, very particular circumstances. So preparing for that is fine, but that is a tiny, less than 1% niche of what D&D can be, is where you will not have your ability to cast spells on a regular basis.
Okay.
It is 100% basically, if you go into a king's dominion and try to seduce his queen, you're going to get your heads cut off, and while you're waiting for it, you're going to be stripped of all things, including your arcane focus. And that's about the only circumstance where you will not have your arcane focus, is doing stupid ass shit in front of a king.
Gotcha.
Like trying to feed King Grohl some pickled feet.
I mean, he was the one who told you they were delicious. He'd probably be super stoked for it. No, I in particular wait for the bard who thinks they can seduce a queen in front of the king, because I will cut that bard's head off in a second. You're a fucking idiot. It's a goddamn king.
But I rolled a nat 20. It's like, okay, you seduce her, and then the king cuts your head off.
Oh,
You
she's
roll a
smitten
nat
with
20
you.
and get like a 35. The queen might smile back at you as a guard's chopping your head off, so it's burned into your retina that you always see the queen smiling.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny that people think like, oh, I rolled a natural 20, so I can do anything, and it's a success.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, I want to seduce a dragon. It's like, sweet. So you make it really, really horny as it bites your head off and it enjoys your head. But that's why I am perfectly happy to kill people when they make stupid decisions. But in general, as a DM specifically, you never capture players. Because if you capture players, they will almost always make decisions that result in you having to kill people. And that's why there's a certain level of, when you guys moved into the Sleeping Giant, I had to end the session because it took me a week to think of anything that seemed relatively plausible to not just kill you. And that's one of the problems with certain decisions, is when stuff gets to a certain point, most of the times that players are captured, they're not going to do something intelligent. They're going to do something that gets people killed. And again, the idea is not to kill you. It is to put you in difficult situations.
So do you think after this discussion, like Leanne has gotten free now to help us?
Yeah, you guys basically wait for about 15-20 minutes before she has time to help you all, and she comes back to you all and taking a break to kind of like breathe for a moment. She's like, hello, how can I help you? Is
everything all right?
A lot more people buying weapons. Business is good.
Oh, well, good. Okay, so it's good.
It should stay good because we've gotten rid of the orc problem.
I'm not sure how that will keep business good, but excellent.
Well, you'll still get your crates, I guess, is what I was thinking. You'll be getting your supplies.
It's an interesting market need to have evil shit as much as it is to have everything arriving on time.
Well, then we have we were hoping to ask you for some of your help with some gemstones that we recovered.
I don't really deal in gems, but I can take a look at them.
Aren't we gonna?
I thought Barth
You ever
thought...
worked with? No. That's the Miners Exchange. That's a different place.
Oh, my mistake.
That's Halia. Linian, have you ever worked with dragon scales before?
Ooh, I've seen some of my masters using them, but not particularly myself.
What kinds of things did they make with them?
There's certainly a plethora of options. What were you thinking about?
I'll pull out and show her the dozen dragon scales that we have, ice dragon scales, I suppose. Are they white, these dragon scales?
Yes, they are.
I don't know, like what could we do with these?
This is 100% me as a DM asking you, what do you want to do with them? Because I am not listing everything that I can think of that you can do with them.
Anybody have any ideas in the crew? Because I don't know how dragon scales can get used, but I feel like they could be.
I think you could, off the top of my head, you could probably make some bracers, gauntlets, or something like that. Or
I mean, they definitely look cool. Maybe they're like easier to enchant if we wanted to get like the magical enchantment put into them later. But I mean, I don't think 12 scales will be enough to do like a armor or anything. But like gloves or bracers or something like that.
yeah,
Belt.
sort of helmet, maybe.
Cool. So we tell her. We have this discussion in front of Leanne to see if any of that makes sense to her. Gloves,
I'm
accessories.
sure you could craft different items of scale mails. There's certainly the potential. It takes plenty of time though, and I do not have the skill to enchant them. I can just make actual armor from them.
You want to sit on it?
All right then. Well, thanks for taking a look. Because we
As a DM, crafting items, like learning a new proficiency, takes a shitload of time. So those are 100% one of those things that you guys can do a lot with, but it's going to take tons of time to accomplish. You are going to have a possibility of a little bit of downtime. Usually tier 1 is 100% moment by moment. Tier 2, you start to get tastes of having some downtime where you can accomplish stuff. Tier 3, there's usually good bits of downtime, and tier 4, there's often years that goes between things happening. So there's a big difference in what you can accomplish downtime wise at a low level to what you can get at a high level.
cool.
Yeah, maybe just hold on to the scales for now.
Yeah, no, that makes tons of sense. I learned a lot from that
But
conversation.
I would say you're more than likely able to probably make like a item of scale mail, or potentially making like multiple bracers. But in the end, like this is the type of thing that you got enough to make probably a piece of armor or multiple small pieces of armor. But like a dragon scale is probably vaguely like abdomen sized type of thing.
Okay. Cool. I didn't have a good sense of like what we had, so that's very helpful. Do you guys need anything else while we're here? The line shield coster.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
Cool.
I can. I'll sell this hand axe. I'm never gonna use. 5 gold hand axe.
So yeah, you can take 2 gold, 5 silver.
Do you want to head to the miners' exchange next?
Sweet.
Don't think we've
Alright.
actually been here before.
Yeah.
So as you all approach past the Lion Shield Coster, you walk past a few of the houses and you see a building that might vaguely just be familiar from the actual goings on of the night sneaking about the town. But you very quickly see that there's like the sign with like a couple of big gems, like a diamond, some rubies, just like on the actual like board, and then there's like gold, like kind of flowing from like ore into actual coins, that kind of like flows between the coins, and that's the sign that you see at the building. But you can enter. It's got just a big old wooden double door. And as you enter and walk in, there's like a little bit of a row of seating that kind of goes around in an L from like the left of you, like the northern side of the building, and kind of hooks around. And there's a big counter, a bunch of different scales across the actual counter. And then there's a few people in the back, as well as a woman who's kind of like sitting back with the other people, and she's kind of facing that area. And as you walk in from in the back, she's like, hello, welcome, what can we do for you? And she just like slowly gets to her feet and starts to walk towards the counter.
Hoping you might be able to help identify a few items, few gems for us.
I can certainly do that. There will be a fee for my services. How many is a few?
Well, we've got a couple of handfuls, honestly.
But what sort of fee are we talking about?
She looks over you all. I can. We can do 1% of their total value, and I can waive the fee if you'd like to sell the gems.
I think that look to the others, and sounds fair to me.
I give you like a nod my head at Justin.
Yeah.
Yes, seems fair.
Maybe pull out a couple to start with, and just to have her identify those, and then see if we get a sense if she's. I mean, this is a mining town, so presumably she's a fair dealer. But maybe we can start with just a few of the maybe the I think you called them aventurines, but like the those greenish gems. From the horde.
Oh, she looks them over. Well, these are pretty nice pieces. In this state, they're not necessarily worth their most, but there seems to be very few inclusions to them. I think they will finish quite well. I could go so far as to offer 300 gold to buy them from you. I'd say they're worth about 600 in this state here, and that'll be 6 gold as the fee.
That was just the two.
Yeah, let's go all the way through and look at everything, and then we'll either pay her the fee or sell her something to pay off the fee. Does that make sense?
I mean, she seems like, given the way that she described it, she told us how much she'd give us, how much they're actually worth if, so, I don't know. Justin gets the sense that she's, an honest broker.
I agree with that.
All right, we're going to continue forward with that decision here, but nobody's going to ask for an insight check. Great
I was about
job.
to ask. Yeah, I was about to ask.
Well, that's just Justin. I mean, Victor can check.
Yeah, after I say that, it's not possible. Nope, because I definitely
Mhm.
told you she's not on the up and up.
That's what I figured. That's why I didn't ask.
Shit like that just cracks me up, like, on my own level. But as far as you guys writing it down for your sheet, that is 400 gold worth of aventurine. So are you doing anything that was not on what was prepared for you? Like, or not prepared, I meant what you found today?
No, because we only had that one other gem, and we gave it to the mana core, didn't we?
Gotcha. So she is telling you 50% higher price, so she's basically collecting 1.5% for the fee. So you have 400 gold worth of aventurine, and she will offer you 75% of its value. That's the honest, like, that's what you guys can write down, is the 400 gold in aventurine. You've got 600 gold in rubies, so the fee for that is 9, and she'll offer you 400 for it. 300 gold in pearl, so she'll tell you 450 and charge you 4.5 gold. There's 300 gold in lullite. She'll tell you the 450 and charge you 4.5. There is 100 gold in rose court, so she'll charge you 1.5 gold. 100 gold in onyx, so she'll charge you 1.5 gold. I feel like I skipped over the pearls. Was 300?
I think he said. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you said 450 of pearls, 300 of lullite, 100 rose quartz, 100 onyx.
All right, yeah, that does look right. It looks like there were 6 different kinds in that grouping. So yeah, so she's charging you 15, 24, 27 gold.
How about we leave her the rose quartz and pay off our fee and collect a little gold, and then hang on to everything else.
That sounds fine.
Anyone get the price on the rubies? I didn't quite catch all of it.
I think she offered 400. They're worth 600.
So you guys
Great.
are walking away with 73 gold.
73 golds and no rose quartz.
All right.
Well, that was useful. So now is the time to get everybody drunk?
I'll ask before we leave if she has a chip of mica.
She can sell you a piece of mica for a gold.
I will take it. I'll take it from my own gold stuff I got here, my own pockets.
And that gem you guys gave to the Manicore was worth 170 gold.
Okay.
But gems, like a lot of things, they're a store of value. They do not have a consistent value. If you guys are holding on to those things, hoping that I give you a better offer in the future, I guarantee none of that. Because just because she's being a little bit of a crook here does not mean she is not the best offer that you will ever get out of me.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, she's the only person around for. I don't know where else we can sell them gems.
Yeah, in general, selling stuff like that is on a moment to moment with that like merchant. You know, you might have a merchant who offers you something. You offer them a certain amount of gold and a gem, and they have like a counter offer. Gems are kind of where I will like barter with things, like where you're actually offering goods instead of gold. But like in general, when you're trying to sell something, you've got your price to sell it right now, which is usually super low, or you can try to sell it across a week and get a little bit better. You can try to sell it across a month. There's a lot of different options about how long you spend trying to sell something and how much value you want to get out of it like that.
So, Burke, what do we have in the party loot right now? Probably sell a few more, at least a few more of these.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. If you're trying to hold out for better prices, she's offering you 75% of the price of the actual items, which is not bad.
No, it's pretty good. I think 75%. We only have 150 gold pieces, so seems like a good idea.
So maybe we just sell everything, you think, or does
I'd say at least sell the onyx as well with the rose quartz. So we have a little 200.
In general, I don't think any of those gems are gems that get used as components. I basically have a chart that I'm using right now, and it's a very particular roll that comes up with diamonds. And as far as I can tell, diamonds are essentially the only gem you ever need for casting shit.
Like diamond dust for greater restoration, isn't it?
I think they're
Diamonds used in multiple different spells. Some of them require just a value in diamond. Some of them require a specific singular diamond. So it always just varies.
Gotcha.
I feel like there are at least a couple spells that don't specify what type of gem; they just offer a value amount. But I could be wrong. But yeah, if there's nothing we need for components, I mean, might as well. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of gold. We just sell everything.
Yeah, do we want to carry gold around or gems? That was kind of, I was just thinking about weight, and I guess we have a bag of holding now, right? So I guess it doesn't matter. But
If maybe she can pay us in platinum. Has any, but
so if it's 2,050 gold pieces worth of material time at 75%, do you want to do that? Sounds totally fine with me.
yeah, I mean that's fine with me.
So let's take our 1,537 gold pieces, 5 silver, less 1 for the mica.
I have my own like little 5 gold or whatever. I had 6 gold, so I gave her 1 for the mica. I didn't take it out of the party loot list.
Great. Well, that simplified the list. That's awesome.
All right, I guess
You got 1250. Oh wait, no, 1225.
I got. I thought it was 2050 for the total value times 75% was 1537.5. But I maybe didn't. I might not have caught it all properly.
I feel like your math is wrong. I've
Yeah,
got
just tell me whatever it's
600 for
supposed
the
to add up to.
rubies, 400 in adventuring, 300 in pearls, and then 300 in lowlight and 100 in onyx.
Yeah, so I had the wrong number on the pearls.
Yeah, so 1225 is what she'll pay you all. And that's having already done the quartz and the I can only ever think for mica.
Great.
Oh, I was just saying every single time I'm trying to think of mica, I can only think of Formica because it's an actual like precious stone that I've seen in my life. Whereas it seems weird that there's also one that's called mica. I'm not sure if like, because I know Formica like looks a lot like a lot of precious gemstones, but it like flakes off. so it's almost like an oat cereal kind of thing. It's a very weird rock.
I think the rock you've seen is mica, because formica is the stuff they make countertops out of. That has flecks in it. Is that right?
Well, it's the flex that's the formica that I know. I feel like that's what it would be, is those little flakes that I'm talking about. That's what
Yeah.
they would put into the countertop. So it's maybe like a resin and formica countertop kind of thing.
Totally. Yeah.
We can put all the gold in our new little bag of holding, right?
Sure.
Cool.
So just to warn you all, now that you have a bag of holding, I do not intend to allow anybody to actually just generically carry stuff on the quote-unquote party loot list. I actually hate having ever created a party loot list, because my point was so people could see and not like steal shit, not to just like hide stuff on it weight-wise. But the bag of holding can only hold so much before it is destroyed, so you also have to not just dump everything into it like it is a save-all. It is not for hoarding.
All right.
Which is the side note also. Backpacks can only hold 30 pounds, and they usually come with 30 pounds of goods, so it's actually really difficult to carry stuff as a adventurer.
At least for now, we can get the horses too. Fine. Do they have saddlebags and like the bridles and stuff?
They are right now the ones that you all have just have saddles. You can buy
Okay.
saddlebags from Barthen's. I think they are 5 silver a piece, so a gold for 2.
I guess let's figure out where we're going next. Ezra, do you want to go to the farm, find out more about the message left for you?
Sure. You could do that. Wait, that's yeah. I'm interested in doing that.
So Lady Alderleaf is kind of like mid 40s or so. She's got like the start of like a little bit of gray hair. She seems to run her own little farm. When you all walk up, she is yelling for carp. She seems to be looking for somebody. And she's a little bit exasperated, but quickly recognizes you all approaching, and just like suspiciously looks over you all, like, hello. What can I do for you?
You have a little one about yay high, red hair.
You see my carp? Yes, I was actually just trying to find him. Seems to be missing.
We saw him back in town. He's fine. I think he.
And hammered at the Stonehill Inn, probably.
I don't think he's getting hammered. He's a pretty little kid.
Sure, he's just playing with Pip.
But he mentioned that there was a message you might have for my friend here, and I'll gesture towards Ezra.
I'll just wave hello.
Oh, excellent. Yes, Radoth actually did leave a message here. I think it must have been... She starts to, like, go through everything, and she's not terribly organized. But as she's kind of going through everything, she's just kind of muttering. I think he got right after everything with the sleeping giant, and I put it was just over and... Oh, here we go. I found it. Right here. And there you are. She's kind of like looking over your shoulder, like as she hands it to you to try to see, like, if she can peek what it says.
I'll just let her peek if she wants to.
Ooh, a dragon. And that's where your DM laughs maniacally.
Well, fuck.
Oops.
Well, wah wah. You can show him its feet. Doing all right, you know.
Don't think he'll appreciate them as much as I do.
We could just not go there.
Hmm.
So, I would then say, on a bigger picture thing here, yes, there is going to be a party. Whether it starts around you all partying at some point in Phandalin, or that you notice at some point that there is an actual organization of people who kind of create like a big old bonfire in the central square, and atop the big hill just to the west of the common ground, they kind of just have a party on the town green. And depending on how you all would like to move forward here, I would say at this point, this is kind of bigger picture. Let's decide what you all plan to do with those different options. And we will effectively end here, like with that discussion. But basically, like, you guys can party this night away. You can leave early and go straight to Wave Echo before getting drunk. You can hang around in town and wait for the next evening to meet somebody on Tresindor Hill. You can go up to Thunder Tree. I don't think you specifically asked, but you could find out where Gariel sent Darren and can't fucking think of her name now that I actually am trying to think of her name and not faking it.
Sharwin?
Sharwin.
Yeah, Sharwin up by Coneyberry. So those are kind of the 5 things in front of you right now. And it's more or less big picture kind of stuff for you all to decide, as well as us taking a moment to decide if we're going to have a meeting next week for Memorial Day.
It sounds like a lot of people aren't going to be here, so we might have to skip that week. Jason and Ezra are not going to be here, so might want to cancel it.
Yeah, that's good for me too. I think that's fine. Let's skip it so we can all get together the week after.
Sounds good. So amongst the actual partying here, have you all have any thoughts about, like, you can start off with a little bit of partying in the Stonehill Inn. If you want to specifically ask anything, we can also do that as well. But in general, the Stonehills are more like a central location than actual like fonts of knowledge. And it's kind of up for you all to decide what you would like to do moving forward there.
I mean, I'm curious about this this message from the collective. That would probably be my. I mean, we'll go party and then, but on the night of the 15th, sort of follow those letters, instructions. That would kind of be my thinking. But
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense to me because that's convenient. Sorry, Ezra.
yeah, sorry. I'm a bit curious about the Thunder Tree. See,
do you know where Thunder Tree is? Is there time to get there before the night of the 15th?
I mean, I'm not sure we've been there before, so I don't think I would know where exactly it is.
Can't think of her name offhand, but oh wait, I know how to do it. Give me one second. Oh yeah, that's why I can't think of her name. It's Kellyan. Kellyan would share with you that Thunder Tree is where her family is from, up in the north. It is near Neverwinter, and it was destroyed in the explosion of Hotnu.
Hmm.
So you are pretty confident that to go to Thunder Tree would be to miss that meeting on the 15th.
If we're going there, then it should probably be after the meeting.
Well, I guess it depends what happens at the meeting. If we,
Yeah, that was kind of why it was like, if we're going there, it has to be after the meeting, and then we'll see what happens in the meeting. See,
I mean, I guess Ezra, you could also maybe we can like hire someone in town if you wanted to send a message to Thunder Tree in the meantime, like a reply to the letter.
I mean, yeah, that's an idea.
But
And
I think Jason would want to be. His thinking would probably go to the manor. He's curious about that.
Yeah. You can tell I don't know, it's the black spider that we're gonna do the collective thing and not go through her board, all that stuff. We're not gonna help her out.
I think we don't have to tell her that yet. You know, we can just go check out the thing tomorrow and then go back and see the black spider after if we want to.
I don't think we had like a set time to meet her again. So, like we'd be missing a meeting with her technically.
She said we had some time. I don't know if she's gonna be upset if we come back in like a month or something and like, hey, we're back. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's just a meet. Then we will have time after this little meeting.
Yeah, maybe doesn't make sense to do all of the things that we can do before we go back and see her. I think if that's what you mean, that makes a lot of sense. But you're going to want to sleep in tomorrow after you get hammered tonight, right? So
yeah,
tomorrow night's going to be here pretty quick. I don't feel bad for her about having to wait.
Yeah.
So I think the fifth thing we could do is find this wizard that escaped into the Underdark, right? That's like another thing that we probably could pursue if we wanted to. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just being thorough about the list.
Yeah.
I feel like tracking someone in the Underdark could take a while, maybe, depending on how far they've gotten.
Yeah, it seems like something you could do as a bear particularly well, right? Can the bear track better than a person?
I do not think the bear is one in particular, but I feel like wolves have keen smell and hearing.
The bear actually has keen smell, but the wolf has keen hearing and smell.
Cool.
The whole wizard in the Underdark seems like the most time-sensitive thing, because he's going somewhere, and if he gets there, sounds like something could go bad, or maybe he's just trying to escape everybody. I don't know. I don't know what his goals are, but
I mean, it could just be running away, taking all the money.
true. But I think we're all in agreement. It's like we're going to the meeting. That's the first thing we're probably our priority at this point is to make this meeting and see what's going on with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could, if you want, like the next day before the meeting, just Burke, if you want to ask Lady Gariel where, you know, more specifically where she sent, or if she knows where Darren and Sharwin went. so we have that information, even if we don't go following after them.
Yeah, where in Coinberry? Corner. Yeah, got it.
Tony Berry, yeah. But sounds like the meeting's the next main thing we're doing at the manor.
Gotcha. So yeah, you guys have a party in that like central area of town. They do like massive bonfire, and there's a big old celebration for you all. You are officially the heroes of Phandalin. Does everyone intend moving forward to stick to the same classes you are right now? Have you all thought about level 6, which you would like to go into?
I'm gonna stick.
Sticking with cleric for you, Burke?
Yeah, cleric with 1 level of fighter. Yep.
So I think if I can have you roll a d8. Roll one more. It's a little bit better than 1. So you can take 8 hit points as you level up. How about next down the list? Ezra, sticking with Druid?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Druid.
Offhand, I feel like Druids are D8 as well. Yep, D8. Will you roll a D8 for me? Excellent. Justin, sticking with Rogue?
I was debating maybe a level of fighter, but I'm going to stick with Rogue. Yeah.
I mean, it's purely up to you. You don't necessarily have to rush into the decision if you want to take some time thinking about it. I think in the
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just thinking in the long run, I think this is better for the actual like group to actually see everybody else leveling up rather than just giving it to you all like it's homework.
Yeah, no, I think because level 6, I think I get expertise and a couple additional skills.
Oh yeah, that's right. You should go fighter. Definitely go fighter. 100%. You should go fighter. Because after you get level 6, I can't hit you with anything dexterity based ever again.
No, that's level 7.
Okay, even better. Then I don't care.
Yeah. Imagine if we ever get to a level 11, then my skills would be ridiculous. That's when I get reliable talent.
That's part of why rogues are what they are, is because they're limited, because they're rogues and bards are like the I can do anything characters.
I think I was in my other campaign where we hit level 11. I rolled a nat 1 for investigation and a reliable talent that turns it into a 20.
Yeah. It's definitely that minimum of a 10 is fucking hilarious late game. So yeah, if you're going with another level in Rogue, D8 for us, please. Excellent, 4 hit points. And then to Victor, doing another level in Warlock.
Yes, sir.
I believe you also have a D8. I feel like that's what I was thinking, as everybody's a D8 character.
Yeah, I think it's D8. Oh.
Well, there we have it. I believe everybody gets a little bit of stuff on level 6, but it's otherwise somewhat of a minor level there. But you all will progress forward. If I may suggest for you, Ezra, if you would like to send a message to Thunder Tree, make sure to put Animal Messenger on your list, because that's probably the best way for you to send a message. And just as far as things go, you would get a pretty good understanding. Actually, roll an insight from me, Ezra. Yeah, you got a pretty good understanding for Kellyan that people don't go to Thunder Tree. It's not a place where you just go. something is like wrong with that druid, how they kind of talk about him, where his head's like a little bit twisted, in that he hangs out in that place. So you gain pretty quick knowledge that it's probably best for you to learn that little skill for tomorrow if you intend to send a message up there. And then with that, we'll kind of call it at the actual party here. More or less, I think we'll probably pick up with you guys having a vague day of downtime here, and we'll actually pick up in the night, unless anybody has anything in specific at the start of the session. It's going to start with that little bit of a gray area where you basically are spending a day accomplishing things. And then we'll just get into the actual nighttime, but it'll kind of start with a little bit of that. We will plan it's just going to kind of vary. It's going to start in a somewhat similar set where you guys are kind of deciding a little bit of things, and we'll see what it works out as. But without a solid understanding of where you guys are going, right now, next session is entirely possible that you guys are mounting up to be entirely roleplay. Because without actually deciding what you want to do, that is in particular going to a place that is combat, right now it's telling me next session is likely to be mostly roleplay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
One last thing. Dude, don't forget this. But when we wake up, I just envision like Edrin passed out on a table holding a pickle jar with the dragon foot hanging out of it. That's
Yeah. Ask
yeah.
it to open it for a yard so I can pick up the dragon feet.
Well done.
He's just like laying on top of it holding the pickle jar. I don't know why